Hey there, what's up? It's me, Butterfly to Light, and I am here with Aquarius, Sun, Mars, and Taurus. And I will have to say, for this position, you know, we have electric, unpredictable, going for what we wish, what we want to accomplish in life, no matter what, combined with complacent, comfortable, willing to wait, have patience, loving the plan, to plan structure, and, you know, um, have something more dependable. These two worlds combine and meet. And when we find ourselves looking at Aquarius, Sun, Mars, and Taurus individuals. Now, I will have to say this. The good thing about this placement is that Aquarians, a lot of the times love their support system. Aquarians are all about support systems because Aquarians are about the group, the organization, what we can do banding together. So Aquarians will go out of their way to help the people that they feel needs help. And I'm not like, it could be their friends, but it could be all the way to whatever cause that they are rooting for, whatever cause they are fighting for. And because of this, with this placement, you could become very involved in providing some type of structure or element of security to your loved ones, or just whatever cause you're fighting for. Like, for instance, let's say that for you, it really does bother you, situations, dealing with kids or families that get misplaced due to war or due to high poverty levels, families that struggle because of these issues, high poverty levels, due to high poverty levels. You could create some type of organization, or even if you're not creating an organization, you could go and volunteer for or work for a company, have your own, that serves these people, these families. And you'll do so in a way to where you kind of like structurize things, make plans to put in place that better assist these people. I'm talking like in a way that's different, that's creative. Okay. Even unheard of sometimes. But either way, you could fight for, or you can work for causes like this. All right. This placement makes you extremely dependable. And sometimes you can find yourself complacent, Well, sometimes you can find yourself like always doing things for other people. Always doing things for other people. And this could really get in the way of some of your dreams, Aquarians, because think about it. If we're always doing things for other people and being dependable for other people, sometimes we neglect ourselves. And when we neglect ourselves, we never get to where we want to be. Because this is a placement where you can really get to, really get to live out your dreams. But you have to be willing to invest in doing so. And I'm not saying that you can't, because really clearly with this placement, you can, especially financially. This Mars placement, Mars and Taurus acts like your support system. You can have a very well put together support system in place. This is the thing, because like when you, let's say your style of pursuit how you get to where you're going. You love to have organization in place. You love to have organization in place. Organization is very important to you. You love to have your organization in place, but your finances as well. Okay, so this is the thing. I see where a lot of people with displacement could put off going after their dreams and what they want, because it could seem sometimes too far out there to yourself, even to yourself, you know. And then another how this could play out though is you have this grand idea or something that you really wish to accomplish, your dreams, you know, things that you desire to accomplish, right? What you'll do is you'll try to go about it in a practical way, as practical as possible. But then you're never really taking any real risks, or you feeling like, well, the way that I'm trying to plan out and my practical approach is not really beneficial for my idea, because this idea takes a lot of leaps of faith. It takes me wanting to take risks in order to get my desired result. And that could be hard for you to do. So you just become aware of that, so that you can know, like, oh, okay, so that's what's going on, you know. And for many of you, the whole reason why it could be hard for you to make certain moves in the first place and trust yourself to do so with these risks is because things kind of happen a lot of times out of nowhere. And this is just something you've learned and you've experienced even growing up sometimes. And because things happen out of nowhere like that, for a lot of you guys, you feel like it's best to prepare yourself. It's better to be prepared than unprepared, and especially financially. But you can't allow this to block you in. It can block you in. The need to know how things are going to pan out. The need for it to go into a specific way and to be, you know, stubborn about that, about your moves, your methodology, could block you in mentally, because you are an air sign. And it's like, well, my thoughts are not adding up with my actions. And you got to be able to get your thoughts and your actions in sync with each other. And it doesn't matter. It does not matter if that means that you got to take risks to go along with what you're creating. So you're going to have to change up your actions. Or if you're just going to have to say, well, you know what? I'm not trying to really go after something far-fetched. I do want to have something just really simple. I just want my life to be really simple. And I can assist other people in going after their aspirations. Then you have to be willing to just align yourself up with that. You know, you don't have to really go into two different directions with it, because Aquarians don't really go into two different directions, you know, and originally just the Aquarian nature in itself. But, you know, sometimes our mind starts playing tricks on us, especially when it just feels like our what we're thinking, what we're speaking, what we want to happen is going in a different direction than the way that we're pursuing it, or we're trying to make it accomplish that. And interesting enough, when speaking of pursuing, you guys, like when you're going after someone that you are attracted to or you're interested in, you can be interested in, this is the twist here, you can be interested in people that, you know, are okay with being ordinary, like having an ordinary lifestyle. And it could be something quirky about their appearance or their behavior, but at the same time, they could be pretty practical people, you know. And you could like to be pursued in that way as well. But either way, like you could be an Aquarian that will, you know, likes to cook or likes to fix your spouse's dinner, or, you know, go on dates, buy the flowers, buy the roses, or put your own unique twist. Because like it's going on dates, buying the flowers, buying the roses, so you could be like, okay, well, what is it that you're working on? I can assist you in that with what you're working on. You know, I'll do you whatever favor, you know, you'll do the person you're attracted to. How they can know that you're attracted to them is because you probably doing them favors. You probably have a lot of patience with them. And the interesting thing is you have your detached demeanor, but when they need you, you're there. You're on board. You help them out. You have with this placement, you can have a lot of patience, and that's why you can become very successful because of all the patience that you can have. Just understand that the patience could just as easily be stubbornness. You know, you got to be able to know when to let yourself out of some of your stubbornness, the way you approach certain things. You know, you can be very stubborn about it. And don't, like, if you get mad at somebody, you know, you can have patience with them at first, but then you can become, you know, you can detach yourself and, like, to the point of where you're not dealing with them, you're not providing for them like you were. But at the same time, you are, you know, I feel like you are a good provider, or you end up teaming up with people that provide that support for you. Okay? So that you can live out your dreams, or so you can accomplish the things that you need to. Like, a lot of Aquarians don't really like working regular jobs like that, you know, like regular 9 to 5s, because they like their freedom. So you gotta, but with the Mars and Taurus placement, a lot of y'all will work those jobs. To be in your mind, you're saying, well, I'm working this until I get to a better place. You know, so we have that going on too. But it's interesting here, because in a sexual department, you could literally blow somebody's socks off. Like, you could be really physical sexually. I feel like there's some Aquarian placements, especially for Aquarian women, that could just be like, okay, well, like, sex, like, that's not something that I have to be hung up on. Okay. But with this placement, it could be rather different. Like, you could really like this physical aspect of, you know, relationships. Get very physical. Like, blow somebody's mind, because you can blow their mind mentally and physically. You would be massaging them and talking dirty to them at the same time. You could. Okay. Just don't allow. I feel like this placement could be very good for somebody that's trying to accomplish their goals, because you got Taurus, the manifestor. You can manifest what you want to manifest. You can bring it into existence if you allow the placement to work on your behalf. This is the thing. A lot of you guys will tend to not really fight for what it is that you want, or go for what it is that you want. Like, on a level to where you really need to just go in hard sometimes, because you can become complacent. And because a lot of the times you can, like, want to ignore certain routes and certain paths that you got to take, due to the fact is because you didn't plan it. Well, I didn't plan that, you know what I'm saying? And you can be emotionally disconnected from what you're trying to create, what you're trying to bring into existence. Your approach can be mechanical, well, I don't want to say mechanical, because that's more Virgo, but your approach could be more of a planned approach. And whenever you see something that gets you outside of that plan, or that has to take you outside of that plan in order to really go to the next level, you can ignore it and just stick to that plan, and stick to the, you know, what you create, what you want to stick to, how you feel that the safest route, you know, the safest route in terms of dependability, what's going to make more sense. You get what I'm saying? So you got to watch out for that, and allow yourself to be open to those other avenues. All right. Because with this placement, you can get a lot done, You can manifest a whole lot, and that's what it's all about. And I'm going to stop there with Sun in Aquarius, Mars in Taurus. Peace.